Welcome everyone to India's largest learning platform, Unacademy, and a special welcome to UPSC CSE optional channel. You can subscribe to Unacademy and become a part of Unacademy family. There are many benefits of Unacademy subscription. For example, attend live classes. Classes are engaging. You can ask your doubts. Answer polls are conducted through which you can see your ranking. Live tests and quizzes are also conducted to let you evaluate your performance. The courses of Unacademy are structured, properly planned. You also get unlimited access to the platform, so through which you can see live and recorded courses. It is especially beneficial for working women, housewives, and working professionals who cannot see live classes. For subscription, you have to download Unacademy's learning app from Play Store. After subscription, you can attend courses of top educators like Mrunal Patel sir, Roman Saini sir, and other 100 plus top educators. Syllabus is comprehensively covered on Unacademy, be it prelims, mains, and interviews. So every phase of examination is covered comprehensively, holistically, and detailed. For UPSC CSE subscription, we have got subscription package of 1 month to 24 months. You can take any as per your requirement. It is advisable you should go for 1 year or 2 year subscription. For 1 year subscription, fee is 44,000 rupees, but use code AJ01 get 10% off. You have to pay 39600. Similarly, for 2 year, after using AJ01, you have to pay 57600. There is also an iconic subscription scheme of Unacademy where you get one-to-one feedback, means you get to prepare under the guidance of a personal coach. He will be your mentor, guide, friend, philosopher. Daily mains, question answer practice, study planner, personalized feedback. These are unique features of iconic subscription. For 1 year iconic subscription, you have to pay 64,000 rupees, but use code AJ01 get 10% off. Similarly, for 2 years, it is 89100 after using AJ01, which is my referral code. Now we are in a very special session. It is advanced module on essay writing. Now the special feature of this very special module is we are going to practice only, because earlier we have taken a live essay writing module where theoretical portion, tools and technique, strategies, introduction, body, conclusion, fodder material, everything has been shared with you. Now this is live essay writing module. So in these sessions, whatever classes, 5 6 7 8 classes which are there in this module, we are going to write only. There is no other job with us. So today's class is live philosophical essay writing challenge first. Tomorrow we are going to have live on Monday we are going to have live philosophical essay writing challenge 2. So this is challenge 1. In this class we are going to write a philosophical essay, and this class is specially designed as per many of you raise query that they are not able to write philosophical essay. So I thought it is better to start with a philosophical essay writing, live essay writing session. So let us start our class. Let us quickly revise the basics. After 5 minutes we are going to we are going to cover the live philosophical essay. We will write the essay. Now why it is difficult to write a philosophical essay? Let us see 2019 paper of essay, paper 1. Section A is entirely based on philosophical essay. You have to choose one topic and write. So you are under a compulsion to write at least one philosophical essay in your entire essay paper. You have to write two essay. One have to be a philosophical essay. 2019 2018 paper, out of 8 essay topics, 6 topics were philosophical. Again, here you have got more foundation. You have got more compulsion to write philosophical essay. 2017 paper entire section B was based on philosophical essay. Again, you are under compulsion to write a philosophical essay. Now, why it is difficult to write a philosophical essay? Let us understand basics. First, philosophical essay generally do not have a direct relation with GS, or it appears, though it has got some relation with GS paper, but it appears that the topic is entirely different from our GS syllabus, so we are not able to relate it to it. Interpretation of topics. Many of philosophical essay, out of philosophical essay topic, one topic will find very difficult to interpret. You won't be able to guess about it, that what topic wants from you to write. So interpretation aspect is also difficult to deal with. Not much content to write. Now, we even if you are able to understand the topic, you know that what examiner wants you to write, but you will feel like I don't have much content to write, what to write on this particular topic. Next problem is problem 1, 2, 3. Next difficulty is we have a tendency to drift away from the topic, because philosophical essay are subjective topic, or these are abstract topic. Now, those people who are not writing relevant, they have a tendency to drift away from the topic. It is one of the biggest problem faced by people while while dealing with philosophical essay. We have no coherence in idea. Suppose you are able to write a 1000 word essay, but you will feel like that there is no coherence, no sequence in my ideas. Whatever coming to my mind, I am writing on a paper, but it is not looking good. It is, the structure is not proper, coherence is not there, pairs are looking separate, no linking dots among para, and after finishing your entire essay you will feel like I have missed some important dimension. Now what to do? I cannot undo my mistake. So these are some of the fear or difficulty faced by us by writing a philosophical essay. Now what to do? If there is an option to leave philosophical essay, just leave it, but there is no choice. You are under compulsion to write. So only way out is to learn how to write a philosophical essay. You don't have any choice. Only choice is to learn the art of writing philosophical essay. Why compulsion of abstract or philosophical essay in examination? Let us quickly see the reasons. We have already discussed all these reasons. Now, people generally assume essay paper as GS paper. So instead of writing an essay of 1000 or 1200 words, you are not writing an essay of 1000 1200 words, you will end up writing a GS answer of 1200 words. It is a, it is the mistake which is committed by majority of people. They don't actually write an essay, they write a GS answer of 1200 words, where they have got many example, data, facts, ideas, but there is no coherence. There is no sequence. There is no linking between paras. Now the essay appears very haphazardous. An examiner is not able to get what you have written, because you have written a GS answer, no coherence, no sequence, no linking dots. So that's why UPSC is placing you under a compulsion to write at least one essay which is philosophical essay, to test your creativity in expression. Now if you are under compulsion, then you have to write your philosophical essay, also to test your writing skills, because language plays a vital role in essay writing. We have already seen this, so that's why you are asked to write a philosophical essay. Now let us see. Now I have made you afraid of philosophical essay. We have seen many difficulties, but let us see what is good about philosophical essay. Now there is no one best way to write the essay. Now the since there is no one best way to write an essay, so there is no objectivity. There is whole lot of subjectivity in abstract and philosophical essay. Now it can be a plus point for you and minus point for you as well, because it offers immense opportunity to you to write with open mind. So yes, it is a plus point, but what is minus in this? You might drift away from the topic. So you can say all is well. Since the topic is subjective, examiner will also read your essay with open mind. He will also give you some leverage, some scope to write with open mind, because he is also checking your essay with open mind. So there is some, yes, consolation prize. Now parts of an essay: introduction, body and conclusion. Introduction you have to write in 100 words, body in 900 to 1000 word, conclusion in 200 to 230 words. Time and again we have seen all these things. Now let's crack it. Let's write the philosophical essay, abstract essay in the class itself. Hello everyone, who's over is there live, welcome. Now our essay topic is, I have taken UPSC Mains 2019 topic, courage to accept and dedication to improve are two keys to success. So our essay topic is courage to accept and dedication to improve are two keys of success. Now before start writing on this particular topic, let us understand what it wants to say. Now the language is not very typical, so you can understand that if you want to get success, so you need two things: courage to accept and dedication to improve. So we have understood, yes, if you want to get success in life, you need courage to accept your failure, and you need dedication to work upon your failure or mistakes so that you can achieve success in your life. It is our essay topic. Now the first thing which will come in our mind, yes, we have understood the topic, but what to write? I have understood the topic, but what shall I write about this topic? So whenever you face this particular difficulty, you break your essay in parts. So they are asking you to write about courage, dedication, success. So first you can think about what is success. You can think about what is success. You can think about what is courage and what is dedication, how they are related with each other, what are their definitions, what is a relation between all of these. To start thinking about this particular dimension, we can think about them. Let us what is success, what is courage, what is dedication, what is the relation between them, how to define them. At least we should start thinking in this way. So when we start writing about this particular topic, so whenever you are faced with an abstract or philosophical essay, you should think in that particular way, that yes, there are some terms given in my philosophical essay topic. These are terms, I need to know the definition of these terms, I need to know relation among them and how to interrelate the terms. So let us first prepare the framework of our essay. Framework is by brainstorming. So let us think what we should write in our introduction. In our introduction, we have discussed various methods to write our introduction with. For example, quotation method, anecdote method, or any other method. Now, this our essay topic is appears like a quotation in itself. Now, it won't be a good idea to write your introduction with quotation, because your essay topic is appearing like a quotation. So, better way is to write an anecdote. Now think about a particular case of present, past or history where a person has achieved success by showing courage to accept his weakness, and then dedication to improve upon his mistakes, and then he achieved success. Now we have got many such example. For example, we can take example of Mahatma Gandhi. Now there are many real life incident of Gandhiji where he had courage to accept his failure. For example, there was a case where Gandhiji lied to his father. That Munna Bhai MBBS film story where that Sanjay Dutt was telling lie to Janvi, and then Gandhiji was standing behind him and asking to tell her the truth that he is a hooligan, he is a gunda, and then gradually he conquered over the heart of actress. So Gandhiji was once lied to his father. That story we all know. So we can start our introduction with that particular story. Another story, a beautiful story about, let us say, Samrat Ashoka. Kalinga War. Ashoka was greatest, one of the greatest king of India. He was winning territory after territory. Now during the war of Kalinga, he realized his mistake of committing violence. Now he had courage to accept that violence is his mistake. Then after acceptance that this violence is his mistake, he had dedication to improve upon. Then he advocated the principle of Dhamma, if you remember, or Dharma, and this way he was able to propagate the message of non-violence. Even if you are not able to connect with these stories, if you are not able to relate any story of Gandhiji, Samrat Ashoka, we have learned a story of spider, that there was a king of Scotland, and the Scotland was occupied by his enemies. If you remember this particular story, the Scotland was occupied by his enemies. The king tried again and again, he was getting failure. Then at last he took shelter in a cave. In that cave he saw a spider. Spider was trying to go up and reach to its web. Spider was falling again and again, but it was keep on trying. So the story, it inspired the king of Scotland, and finally he occupied the country again and he's defeated his enemies. So that spider story you might have read in our NCRT, or in some way or other way we have heard about these stories. So we can start our introduction with story of Mahatma Gandhi, about Samrat Ashoka, spider story, or any other relevant anecdote which you feel like using. You can use it. So introduction will be this. After that, what is coming to your mind? What else we should write in our introduction? What else you can write in your introduction? After writing the story of spider or Samrat Ashoka or Gandhi ji, you will talk about success. That what is success? For success of Samrat Ashoka was to conquer non-violence. For Mahatma Gandhi, not to tell a lie. For spider, the success was to reach to its web. For king of Scotland, to occupy the territory again. Now so we will try to define success. Quotation of freedom fighter, right? Nikhil, very nice. We can use quotation of freedom fighter as well. I have shared 105 quotations with you, so you can find any relevant quotation and then start. So we will try to define success. Now success is an abstract word, it is an objective term. So obviously it will be difficult to define it. So it had varied interpretation, varied explanation. So first para will be your anecdote. Second para you can write about defining success, where you will write that it is very difficult to define the success, and then you will go forward. In third para you can write that success, though it is difficult to define, but we can cover the dimension of success, that we can see that from our experiences and from the life of great leaders, we can define success in this particular way. Now success will be what? That you have set a goal and then you are able to achieve that particular goal. It is the simplest definition of success. So you can use that from our experience and from the life of great leaders. We can define the success as a setting of objective and then finally achieving the objective is success, and then you keep on writing this particular para. Now in next para, now you have written three paras. First is anecdote, second you try to define success, you find it difficult to define success. Third para you are writing that yes, somehow we are able to manage to define the success. In very next para what you will write? Dimension of success. Success can be personal, related to an individual, or social, or you can call it external. This will be internal success. What is your internal or personal success? You have set a particular goal for yourself, you are able to achieve that particular goal. So after achieving that goal you are having a kind of satisfaction, there is mental peace in you, there is kind of self actualization in you. So that is your personal success. What is social success? How society see you or how society interpret your success. So that is social success. So next para can be devoted about the dimension of success: personal, social success. Now in this para you can say what is true success. Now you might have an internal success or an external success, but the so can we explain factors responsible for success in third para? Yeah, we are coming to factors. Actually, our main theme of topic is these factors. So initially, because we don't have much words with us, so that's why somehow we are writing 3-4 paras on success. Then we will come to factors, and we will give major headings. So dimension about success: personal dimension and social dimension separately. Then what will be true success? True success will be personal success which is contributing towards social well-being or societal well-being. So you can say true success is basically combination of personal and social success. What you have done in this para, you have written personal success separately, social success separately. Now you are saying that true success is basically a combination of both, where you are achieving something but that achievement is contributing something to the society. So social well-being is also there, so that will be true success, and then in this way such success can be achieved. Now as per Nikhil is saying that can we explain factors. Now we will talk about the factors. This is framework. I will discuss everything in detail with you. So we have discussed framework of true success. Now let us talk about what is courage or factors to achieve success. Now it is your major heading. You can write this major heading in capital letters. Now you can talk about factors. So first factor is courage to accept. What is courage to accept? Basically, we all have got an ego. What is our ego? We know that what is our capability and what we cannot do. Now ego is basically knowing about your capability and non-capability. So when you are able to not achieve something, your ego get hurt. So your ego get wounded. When your ego got hurt, it becomes difficult to accept that. That's why we have a tendency of ego defense mechanism to protect our ego from that failure. We come with an ego defense mechanism where we use many techniques like projective technique. What is projective technique? We project our failure on some other factor. For example, you are appearing for UPSC prelims examination, result was declared yesterday, now you got failure, so you will say you have got your ego got hurt, so you will say that in prelims paper I attempted paper well, but 4 dots, or in my OMR sheet I filled 4 options incorrectly in hurry, that's why I got failure. So basically it is a projective technique to defend your ego. or similar technique like this. So that is ego defense mechanism. Now the courage is what? To courage is to accept the failure. Even if you could not clear prelims, you have to accept that I could not clear prelims and it was my mistake only. Next time I will work on my weaknesses. So first step is courage to accept. Second step, dedication to improve. Or learn from mistake. These are two factors to responsible to achieve success. Now we are just writing framework. Sir, can we use emotional intelligence for explaining courage factor? Yes, you can use emotional intelligence. Intelligence is basically the ability of a person to use his emotion wisely. So you can use it. Now courage to accept and dedication to improve. These two factors you have written enough points about them. Now you have to give some examples also to justify your argument. So we can give example of National Freedom Movement of India. It is the largest and most relevant example where it has gone after establishment of Indian National Congress 1885. Our freedom movement went through various phases. For example, Swadeshi movement 1905, 1905, then other movement, civil disobedience movement, then Rowlatt Satyagraha and Quit India movement. So various phases of movement. Now what we are doing, though we are not able to achieve the desired success, but we are learning from failure of particular movement. We have the courage to accept that failure, and because of that courage we we are working on our mistakes and we are improving, and finally we achieve our freedom in 1947. So you can quote that particular example. Further, to expand the dimension of your essay, now I will use walk of life approach. What is walk of life approach? You will talk about individual, family, society, nation, world, and humanity. These are some dimensions around which you talk about. So first, about individual or person. Now you have to take some example of the individual or person who initially got failure but they learned from their mistake and then they improved upon and achieved success. So of course Mahatma Gandhi, or you can call Nelson Mandela, or any other leader. You can take example of. Second dimension will be family. Now before talking about family, think about any business class family which was initially very poor, but today they are the largest business family of India. For example, Tata family, Jamshedji Tata. Ambani family, initially their forefathers, their grandfathers were very poor, but they had courage to accept their mistake, then improved upon, and finally they are the largest business class family of India. Society, take example of any particular community. For example, I am taking example of Bishnoi community. What is contribution of Bishnoi community? To save environment. they faced with a great failure, not failure, but they faced with great difficulties in saving environment. You have heard about the story of Amrita Devi Vishnoi, where Chipko movement was led under her guidance. Then they sacrificed their life. So they had courage to accept, dedication to improve. Today they are worshipped as the community which are fighting for conservation of environment. So you can take example of any particular part of society, then take of example of nation. So best example is Japan. 1945, two cities of Japan were bombed by USA, but despite that failure, Japan showed its dedication. Today it is one of the leading developed nation of the world. World, we have got many examples. You can take example of any other country. For example, Scandinavian nations. Scandinavian nations are on the top of Human Development Index. Now these nations initially they were involved in world wars, so their condition was not that good, but they have improved upon their health, education, per capita income. Today they are considered happiest countries of the world. So you can take example of Scandinavian nations like Norway. Last is humanity. So you can take example of great leaders. Mahatma Gandhi example can also come here. You can take example of Ashoka, Gautam Buddha. So these are great leaders which not only affected individual nations but humanity at large. So in this way you can write your essay around various dimensions. At last you will conclude. So basically what I am doing, I am writing framework of my essay. Writing essay, we will write essay in the class itself. I am telling you how to write the framework. So what we have done, first we have thought about the topic. Now your thought process should work in this fashion. First you need to read the topic and find out key terms. Here my key terms are courage, dedication and success. So I need to think in this particular dimension that yes, first I will define these terms. Now since most of the abstract or philosophical essay are quotation based, so better way to start with an anecdote. I have taken anecdote like Gandhiji's Samrat Ashoka story or spider story. Then I will do expansion of my anecdote, also bring topic into context. So I will define success. It is difficult to define. Then I will tell various dimension of the success. Then I will tell what is true success. Then we will discuss about factors to achieve success, where we are talking about courage to accept and dedication to improve. To bring greater dimensions, I am adopting walk of life approach, where we will talk about individual, family, society, nation, world and humanity. And at last I will conclude. So I will have sufficient amount of words, and also I have got many examples. So it is quite good an essay. So let us write our essay. It is a framework only. So let us see the introduction of essay. Now since I have told that we will start with anecdote method. So this is a popular anecdote about Samrat Ashoka. Once upon a time, or this is a spider incident. Once upon a time, there was a king of Scotland. His name was Robert Bruce. The king wanted to make Scotland a free country. He fought many fought. He fought many battles, but he was defeated in all these battles. To save his life, he finally took shelter in a cave. In the cave, he saw a spider hanging with a thin thread. The spider was trying again and again to climb up to reach its web. It failed every time it tried to climb up, but it did not give up. At last, it succeeded in reaching to the web. The king learned a lesson from the spider, that courage to accept. Now, what I'm doing, I'm bringing my topic into context. Courage to accept and dedication to improve are two keys to success. He gathered his lost courage. Finally, he was successful in freeing his country from the hands of his enemies. Now, we all know this story. Just you have to weave your story in language. So, in this language, I have weaved my story. I will also tell you another introduction. Let us take Samrat Ashoka introduction. 8 years after becoming king, I conquered Kalinga. About a lake and half people were captured, and more than a lakh of people were killed. This filled with me, this filled me with sorrow. Why? Whenever an independent land is conquered, lakhs of people die. Many of them taken to prison, taken prisoner. Brahman and monk die. People who are kind to their relative and friends, to their slaves and servant die or lose their loved ones. This is story of Ashoka. Now I haven't framed this story. I found this story mentioned in an inscription of Ashoka. So you can use this kind of story, or even if you are not able to copy the language, weave the story in your own language, but basic theme of the story should be same. That's why I am said, and I have decided to observe Dhamma and to teach other about it well. I believe that winning people over through Dhamma is much better than conquering them through force. I am inscribing this message for the future so that my son and grandson after me should not think about war. Instead, they should try to think about how to conquer the people by the power of love. Basically, it is taken from Ashokan inscription. So you can write the story of Ashoka in your own language. The basic theme is that he is observing the losses of Kalinga war, where many people have died, many people has lost their life, many people have lost their relatives, friend, family. So he's telling his sorrow and pain, and then he's accepting about his mistake, that violence will not yield any result, and that's why I will propagate the message of Dhamma or Dharma, and I will spread this message. Also, my coming generation, like my son and grandson, will also adopt this particular path. Now it is mentioned on inscription of Ashoka. So you can start with Ashokan story, Ashokan anecdote, or this spider anecdote. Either will serve the purpose. Now, second para is finally Ashoka preached, propagated, and practiced the message of non-violence. The success of Ashoka to adopt path of non-violence have inspired and will inspire coming generation. Now here we want to talk about success. So that's why we are talking about success of Ashoka. Success of Ashoka inspired many generation. Now let us, here I am giving you a hint that what to write further. So let's explore what is success and what are the essential keys to achieve it. Now I have given a way forward that what I am going to write next. So here I will write a major heading, what is success, in capital letters. So you can write your heading in such way, in capital letter, bold letter. Now you will try to define success. So in this para you will say it is difficult to define, it has varied explanation, and interpretation. For a person, success can be different from another person's success. So in first pair I will talk about it is difficult to define, varied interpretation, explanation. It is subjective term. It has also varied dimensions. So you will write a para on this, that difficult to define success. Now in the next para you will write now how to define the success. So from our experiences and from lessons of great leaders, lessons from the lives of great leader, we can define success. Now what is success from our experience? Success is ability to direct our mind and body towards a goal and finally achieving it. For example, success for our freedom fighters was to have ability to direct their mind and body towards freedom of India and finally achieving freedom of India. It was success for freedom fighters of India. For Raja Ram Mohan Rai, success was abolition of Sati Pratha. So first he directed his mind and body towards abolition of Sati Pratha. He tried and finally he ended up achieving that particular success. So it is success as per our experience and from the lessons of great leaders. So you can define success in this particular fashion. Now you will write about dimension of success. So basically there are two dimensions of success. First is internal personal success and external or social dimension or social success. Now what you will write, you will define what is internal or personal success. So your personal success can be to have a fit body, to clear UPSC prelims, to take a good lecture or many other things. Now in your personal success it is only about you. So if you are able to get personal success, it will give you some personal satisfaction. Happiness, mental peace, and if you are able to gain success like Mahatma Gandhi, then maybe self actualization. So that will be your personal success. What will be your social success, how society see you. Now if you are able to win over this society, what you will get? You will get respect, honor, award, recognition, maybe prestige. So these two are very different thing. Now in next para you will talk about true success. True success is what? The combination of personal and social success, where you are achieving something substantial which is able to bring some positive change in the society, and because of that positive change in the society you are getting a kind of satisfaction. There is peace in your mind, you are feeling happiness, you are feeling inner joy. So that is true success for you. So in this way, in 2-3 para we have defined the success. First we told about it is difficult to define, then we tried to define it, we defined our success, then we defined personal success, social success, and true success. True success is combination of both. Now you will talk about write in capital, how to achieve success. This is your major heading. Here you will talk about two important ingredient or two important elements to achieve the success is, now bring your topic into context, courage to accept and dedication to improve. Then you will start explaining these two. So how you will explain that? Many a times when we attempt something we end up getting failure. Now because of this failure we feel bad, we feel shy, we need a courage to accept our failure. Second, we need to learn from our mistake. We need to show a dedication in that learning process, and then at the end we will end up getting the success. Now you will try to explain what is courage. So how you will define the courage? Courage is ability to face painful experiences and situations. So basically courage is to going out of your comfort zone and facing the difficulty. So in this way you can define your courage. Now the greatest courage is courage to accept failure. Second is courage to move forward. Next, you will define what is dedication. Dedication is to know your mistake, learn from mistake, and improve upon your mistake. And this way you will write about your dedication. Now you have written about success, courage, and dedication. Now here you will write from walk of life approach. So you are going to write around individuals who have shown exemplary courage, who have accepted their mistake and achieved success. For example, Mahatma Gandhi, Nelson Mandela. These are some of the great individuals, personality, leader. You can take any other example, Jawaharlal Nehru, or whatever your, for example, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, missile man of India, or Thomas Edison, who invented bulb. You can take example of Wright brothers. So first we'll talk about persons. For example, Thomas Edison, who invented bulb after repeated failure. You can take example of Eklavya. Who was Eklavya? Eklavya wanted to be an archer, but as he was not Kshatriya, so Dronacharya could not teach him, but he learned from the statue of Dronacharya, and at the end he became a great archer. You can take example of Wright brothers, who invented aeroplane after repeated failure. So many inventors can be taken as example. Mahatma Gandhi and other leaders can be also be taken example. Families. About families we have taken already talked about Tata family and Ambani family. These are leading business class family of India. So you can take their example. Society, in our framework we have talked about that Bishnoi community, environment conservation, s- 1730 AD, Amrita Devi Bishnoi, Chipko movement. You can also take example of Khasi community. Khasi community belong to Meghalaya. They have also played a prominent role in environment conservation, like leaving root bridges. So society, then nations. Japan in 1945, two cities of Japan were bombed by USA, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Then after, Japan rose to power by learning, because it had courage to accept its failure and its dedication to improve upon. Today it is the leading developed nation of the world. You can also talk about Bhutan, gross happiness index, world, Scandinavian nations, Norway, Finland, Iceland, etc. They are known for quality of life, or they are also called as happiest nations. Now, how they have achieved success? This country were also involved in World War II. So their condition during 1940s was not that good, but they learned from their mistakes. They had courage to accept, so they improved upon health parameter, so they improved their life expectancy. They also improve their income, per capita income. Education, and today they are leading countries in human development index. So you can take example Scandinavian nations like Norway, Iceland, Finland, etc. Now let us talk about humanity. So we can take example of Gautam Buddha. If you know the story of life of Gautam Buddha, initially he was born in a family of kings, but to search for the truth, he had courage to accept that I will renounce this throne of my kingdom, and he will say that I want to search the truth. So he had the dedication, and then he achieved success. Now today he is worshipped as a great leader, or in form of God. So Gautam Buddha, Bhagwan Mahavir, Gandhi ji can also be taken, Mother Teresa, Dr. FJ Abdul Kalam. So many such leaders who have influenced the humanity. Now, what shall be our conclusion? Conclusion shall be these two lines you can use. Now, I have written this particular line from our fundamental duty. I have also shared a compilation of fodder material from Indian polity book. So I have taken this line from that particular fundamental duty to strive to our. It is our fundamental duty to strive towards excellence in all sphere of individual and collective activity, so that nation constantly rises to higher level of endeavor and achievement. Perfectly resonating with the topic, our essay topic. Or you can end with, success does not consist of never making mistakes, it consists of never making same mistake twice again. So it is also talking about learning from mistake. So you can end like this: to achieve success in life, we should start with courage of accepting the failure. Then we have to show our dedication to improve upon our mistake improve gradually, and finally achieve the success not only for us but for greater good of society. You can end like this. Now we have written quite a decent essay where we are not short of words. We have got enough examples. Our introductions are good, they are catchy. For example, the spider story, popular, Ashoka story. You can start with Gandhiji story as well. So introduction is good. We have got enough conclusion. We have written a relevant essay because we defined success, defined courage, dedication, interrelation among them. So our writing was also relevant. Now to make essay more holistic, we adopted work of life approach. So we have written around this theme. Conclusion is also, because since we have used fundamental right and a quotation, so it is able to have a lasting impression on the examiner. So we have done justification to the topic, or to this abstract topic. So quite a decent job. Now tomorrow we are going to write another essay. No, tomorrow, not tomorrow. By Monday we are going to write an essay on abstract and philosophical topic. As again, it will also be a challenging task, but we'll try to conquer it. I hope you like the class. Please like the class and share this class. We are going to practice this like this. At least 7 to 8 essay will be taken in the class. So use code AJ01 to take subscription. Join my Telegram channel. Thank you very much. Good night.